Here we are going to use Redarray2 application, actually tool, to debug this pro to actually crack this program. First of all, we have a source code here which is written in C language. As you can see, the source code takes a user argument, like a user input, and first it checks whether this particular line has two parameters, the execution part and the user input. So if it is correct, and then it is going to compare the user input, which is assigned which is going to be assigned to this hex variable, with 1568. So if it is equals to that, then we get welcome FCE 365 tool statement. If it is not equal to that particular value, we get the access key is not correct line. So let's see how we are going to do this. We have the compiled program here. So we are going to execute it without giving any user input. So it says to access the program, you need to access key. Then we are going to give a user input, and I'm typing it here. It says the access key is not correct. You are not allowed to use this software. So we are going to see how we're going to crack this software by not giving by not knowing the correct access key. So we have this 1568. So you might be thinking that this is the key because we have a simple if condition here. Actually, that's not the case. This is not the key. So if you give this 1568 as the user input, you will not get this welcome message. We can do that and see now. The access key is not correct. We are firing up this hopper disassembler. So we can drag and drop this program to hopper interface, and it says Mac O 64 bits. That's how the program is written. And so in here we can go to this main function. Actually, this helps you to have an understanding about how this assembly codes works, how these jumps and comparisons happens. So you can find these text string values here. Welcome. That's the section which will be executed if the given user input is correct. So otherwise that is going to jump down there. So arrow goes down there and it says the else part. So we have this 0x620 value that is going to be compared with whatever we are going to put as the user parameter. So let's see what it means. So here I'm running Python and I'm converting that hexa value into decimal. So I get 1568. So we saw this 1568 in this code. So that means this is that exact line. So now we are going to run redarray2, and we should specify the path to this application. Okay. Now, first of all, we are going to type AAA triple A's, and it says like we are going to disassemble this particular program. Then we type PDF. PDF actually gives the same output we saw in Hopper disassembler uh, with these arrows and all. So we see these comments there also. There's this comparison with that 1568 value, and this arrow goes down here if the value is not equals to that, the JNE jump. So now we are going to set a value as the user parameter OOD, and I type any value, it can be any value. So I'm getting an error. This is not related to the program, it's something else. I'm going to fix this error, and then we will continue the rest of the cracking. Okay, now I have fixed the issue, so I'm going to, okay, now it's set. Now here we actually, DC means we run the program, so the access key is not correct, obviously, because we provided an incorrect value as the serial key, so it says incorrect. Now we are going to set that key again, and what we are going to do is we are going to see the register values. The RIP, actually directed into that C90, that means the beginning of the program, and we have this JNE jump statement if it is not equals to that value. So we are going to copy it. Actually, we are going to set a breakpoint there. So DB to set a breakpointer and the register the address value. So it says the breakpoint is set. Then we again look at the register value. Now we can see the RIP value has changed. Actually, now we are going to set the RIP value. Previously, I show you that the RIP value is still the same. Now we are going to actually we want to pass this JNE statements. That means if we get into the next the line down, if we go one line down, so that means we are in the correct section. So we have to pass this JNE. So we copy that um, registry value, and then we are going to set this RIP value manually to that address. Okay, now it says that the RIP value has changed from this value to this value. Then we can run the program. Okay, welcome FCE 365 to what are you doing? So that means we have cracked this